everyone, and welcome back to Mediak. And right away, I would like to apologize for the fact that we had a bye week last week, but I hope I made up for it by having an extra video. Wait, no, I didn't have an extra video. The previous week, I had an extra video, so it's Mediak compensation.
hmm
It's how it is. Yeah, no one cares. Let's be honest here. As usual, you got your boy Skylar to the right, Chandler to the left, and I'm down here. Red for scary movie. We're past Halloween, but I still wanted to get something spooky in there. Oh, Skylar's scared. Oh, jeez. Jeez.
I thought I had red lights for a second. I was gonna join
Oh,
you.
you're gonna turn
I
it
got
on
I got
too?
red lights.
Chandler has red lights. Chandler's also out of focus.
My door's closed. My door's closed.
Oh, do
I can't do
you
it.
need to open
What's
your door to? He's doing it. He's going. So if you haven't happened to have read the thumbnail or the title, we are going through the Smile movies. Smile 1 this week, Smile 2 next week. Chandler is pitch black right now. Oh my god. He cannot do that kind of setup, and his camera is just not. And now we can't hear him at all. Oh, this is interesting. Gotta love
I'm
this.
muting myself. Somehow my headset knows to mute whenever I take it off. I'm
Yeah,
so
why would
sorry,
it tell
guys.
you
You have to see
please?
this.
No, you're good, sir. That's actually a cool feature. The fact that you know what, we shouldn't talk about Chandler's headset to jump into things. Skylar, how are you doing?
Smiling.
Smiling. Well, that's good. We love, dude. Oh, dude, that was on brand too. That was really smart. You're a smart guy there.
He's clean with it.
We all had dinner before this. The three of us were roommates at one point, and we had dinner with a previous roommate. And whenever I was there, you're booing Kyle. No,
No, I was doing you and Chan.
why?
I was just late. I forgot.
Okay, that's fair. Um, I don't even know where I was going. Oh yeah, at dinner I was talking very negatively about this movie, and I have to say I do think I exaggerated it quite a bit. I rewatched roughly the last 30 minutes on the ride home, just because I was like, this is the bit of the movie that I ran out of notes for, so I should probably know
Refresh.
it. Yeah, I should probably get everything fresh up in there. And I would okay. I love whenever a small writer or filmmaker is able to make a good movie and it get really popular, and it makes them not become a small filmmaker anymore. Now they're like someone that's known. That's great. I love whenever that happens. That's amazing. But I really am not a fan of whenever everyone and their mom says that a movie is amazing when it's just good. Like I hated the biggest time this ever happened to me, the most annoyed I ever was with this, and it's not, this movie is not this level, but when Bird Box came out and everyone and their parents was like, this is the greatest movie ever. And I watched it and I was like, this sucks. Like this is terrible. This is a movie I've seen. It's boring.
Unlike Quiet Place.
I like A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place is
I like
actually a
Quiet
good
Place.
movie. That's a good movie.
I also like Hush.
I don't like Hush. I'm not a fan.
Never seen that.
That's okay.
I'd recommend checking it out because Skylar brings it up a lot, specifically for that reason. It's another horror movie in the same vein as like A Quiet Place or something like that. I don't know. I think Smile's better than Hush. I'll give it that. I was insanely disappointed with it though, because like I've had film friends say that Smile is different. They're like, it's not a horror movie. It's just a good movie. But that's just not true. It's just a horror movie. It's just a basic horror movie. They try to do things that are like different. Like I thought that it would have been interesting if they delved more into, is it real or is it in her head? I would have really liked if they actually did that in the movie.
Or explain any of it.
I thought they explained too much actually. So I have a question that I thought of on the ride home. What is the difference between magic and science?
The rationale behind it.
How much explanation there is, how much you know about it, And I prefer whenever things like this are more magic than science, because if you try to make it and explain everything, then all of it has to make sense, or then I'm out of it. And the more they explained in this movie, the more I thought about it, the more I didn't like it, and I just was like, they should have not explained any of it. And it would have been.
You mean like how the curse gets passed down?
Yes and no. I think that the idea of the curse passing down is fine, but I didn't like whenever they like 30 minutes into the movie they confirmed that it was a real demon and not in her head. You know, whenever they sat and they watched the tape, and someone that wasn't her, definitively not her, in this
Said
universe,
something.
yeah, like about it. And it just was like, okay, I've lost all interest in this movie now, because I know that whatever whatever is like outrageous is in her head, and whatever just is like other people reacting around her, I know that's real, and it just wasn't interesting to me. I lost all. They defeated the entire purpose of setting up the is it in her head, because you knew the entire movie that it wasn't in her head. And also, I wasn't expecting them to go down the idea of is it in her head, because the opening was so strong of this is a demon, you know? And if they like leaned into that more and turned that more into a science instead of focusing on the was it in her head story. I've said that like a million times and it's starting to be, you know, whenever you say bowl like 30 times, you know, it sounds like weird. You know, it's okay.
Can't
I'm
say I've
insane.
said bull 30 times. So
Okay, I'm insane. I wish they should have chosen. They had a bunch of really good ideas that I felt like weren't explored enough one way or the other. Like they tried to explain a bit of it, but they didn't explain enough, and it made it confusing because some stuff just didn't work. But then also they tried to make it so that you sometimes had to think that it was fake. But how could you think it was fake whenever they so definitively explained the system? It just the things were
Mhm.
colliding and I didn't like it. And there were so many jump scares that I just was like, all right, come on, let's get to the next one, I guess. And it was so obvious every time because the score and all of the audio cut out,
mhm.
and it just was like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a
Yeah.
jump. I saw it that time. Especially at the end, the jump scares at the end of the movie were terrible. Like they were genuinely
Yeah,
horrible.
I
They
agree.
weren't scary at all. Um, Conceptually, I thought the end was actually pretty good. The first time I watched the end, I thought that the
Mhm.
scene with her stabbing the guy was good until we saw that it was in her head, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I didn't like that. That was
Yeah,
almost interesting.
yeah.
Like I want to see the movie where she stabs him. You know, like how interesting would that have
But
been?
I don't know. I think that is an I kind of am okay with the scene because it just shows how you really can't. You think you can get away with it or get rid of the curse, but you can't. Like it's hopeless. It just
No,
shows.
but no, but it was just a
But
dream.
somebody
It was a
did.
dream. It was a dream scene of her stabbing Carl.
Y
It didn't do
Yeah.
anything because she just was in her car before she went to go stab Carl. It was 5 minutes of useless time. And yeah, it showed that she was crazy, but so did the rest of the movie. And imagine,
Maybe
and so what I thought whenever the guy, I'm sorry for cutting you off, Skylar, but whenever the guy in the prison was like, you have to kill someone, the first thing I thought was he didn't explain it enough. You have to kill someone who's smiling. That's what I thought. I was like, you have to do that or it doesn't work. So whenever she stabbed Carl, I was like, he's not in the curse. She just killed this guy. And then he ripped off his face, and I was like, okay, well, fuck. This is.
Someone has to witness it.
I know
Yeah,
that, but like,
Yeah.
but I also was. I thought there was a nut. I was
like a
thinking the
piece
movie
that he
was
didn't
smarter than
explain.
it was. You know, I thought there was going to be more to it. You know, I was trying to think it was a science when it was somewhere in between. It's not enjoyable
Mhm.
that way to me. And I'm being too dramatic. I'm not actually that into it, and I feel I'm sorry for anyone who loves this movie and is like, I hate Zach for how into it he is. But I'm just really into movies, and I had such high expectations for it. I should have just thought it was a scary movie though going into it. That I really should have. It's my fault because I should have had my expectations at a certain level whenever I had them too high.
I wanna talk about that Carl scene.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was just supposed to show, like, how, like, tiring all of this
Oh,
is. Like, she passed out and didn't even know, but at the
yeah.
same time, that's such, like, a lame, like
Like
"Oh, this demon, you're so exhausted all of the time, you randomly fall asleep."
it's like
Like,
you watch a TV show and it was all a dream. You're like, why did I watch the show then? It didn't do anything.
Mm.
I will say, I'll just go into some of my opinions.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
I'm
whenever
done
this
talking too much.
movie first dropped and I first watched it, I thought it was like really good. Like I also thought it was
Yeah,
like
we saw it
more than
together in
just
theaters.
yeah.
I
And
think it was great.
yeah, and
First time.
like at the time I thought it was more than just a scary movie.
Mm-hmm.
But upon this rewatch, it was just not that
Boring, man.
good.
It's boring.
Like
Mhm.
it wasn't even that it was boring. It's like I've seen it like a million
Yeah,
times and it's my second watch.
yeah,
Like
and
it should not happen. Like it's all very predictable.
mm-hmm.
It's
And some stuff just doesn't make sense.
it's a
There were
new
Oh my
It's an
god.
old movie just reworked to
Yeah.
look different, is
Yeah, I
kinda what
agree.
it's like.
And like at one
I was
point I forgot the movie's name was Smile because of how little I felt like the smile actually had something to do with the plot. And I don't know about you guys, but that's just not scary, right?
Just smiling.
Yeah, it's just
it's
not
creepy,
scary.
but not
It's
scary.
Is it
unsettling. That was
creepy?
it.
Is it creepy?
More
Yeah,
creepy than
I'd say
not.
it's unsettling. Yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny sometimes. I'm not, especially at the end. The actress that plays Rose, she can't do a creepy smile to
You
save her life,
cannot.
bro. It was so
Yeah.
she looked so happy and like in a good way. I was like, wow, dude, that was really funny. Nice try there.
I will say that there is, like, some of the twists with the smiling that I really liked.
I
Um,
like the first one.
like the therapist, whenever it was like the surprise, whenever the therapist showed up to apologize for doing what she did before, and she's like, "I can't like leave if I think you're gonna like hurt yourself,"
Right,
and then walked in, and then you got the phone call. It's like, "Hey, I didn't like how
right,
we left things yesterday," and it cuts back to the other therapist smiling. Like I thought that one was good.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
That
So
moment was good. Immediately after, I didn't like. I didn't like how he was like trying to kill her because it wouldn't have done
yes,
anything.
I was going to say that because
Wouldn't have done
like
anything.
what
First would have died.
first up, why didn't she was like your time soon. The monster's hand was on Rose's mouth, which is what she goes for at the end of the movie anyway. What was stopping the monster from just entering Rose right then and there and then walking to
Waiting.
whoever is nearest and killing herself?
Or waiting
Oh,
for her fiance to get back.
Exactly. Doing a million other things. There's no reason we don't even
I
see the
think
solution to that scene because
I
it cuts away with the therapist holding Rose. What
I
there
think it's because like there's still some trauma to feed off of from Rose. I think that's because you
because
know
of
how
her
they said that
mom? But
some make it 4 days and some don't even make it to a week.
right.
I think it's just like how long can that person last? And I think Rose could just last another day.
But
That's how I saw it.
I think that Rose actually overcame some of her trauma because that's what the movie was trying to show in the fourth plot line that it tried to interweave in
Yeah, with,
it.
going to the mom's house,
Yeah.
she kinda overcame some of it, so theoretically, wouldn't she have moved the needle back a little?
Yeah, she
Well,
like
she thought she did when she killed the monster, but truthfully, she did it, and then it's like she lost all
no, that's
hope.
different. She did overcome her trauma of her mom. She just didn't kill the monster. Yeah, she got like disappointment because she lost. I guess but that's not a worse trauma than thinking you killed your mom.
Maybe it's because she passed it on to him.
I
She wanted
think
to do
it's
it.
just a
She
plot
wanted
hole,
to.
bro.
Well, she didn't want her ex to like follow her, right?
Right.
Because she wanted to die by herself. If that happened, the curse couldn't pass. I think she lost all hope when he did show up, and it was like, oh wow, I did all of this for nothing.
Well,
But
yeah,
the
but
main
that's still
problem is
not as
that, like,
big of a like I feel like that's still not as big of a trauma as an 8-year-old, I mean a 10-year-old killing her mom.
and also, the monster was trying to kill her before the ex got there,
Yeah.
so it would have ruined it, unless the
Well,
monster
unless
knew
that was in the
somehow.
head or something.
Yeah, I feel like
And then it was more of, like, not even, like, trauma, it was more like panic. It's like, "Oh, he shouldn't have been here," which I think was
I
really stupid of him to
yeah.
begin with. That was a very bad idea. He
Yeah.
knows she's cursed. He knows the
Yeah, he
curse.
knows
He knows
about
all about the curse.
he knows about the curse. I forgot about that.
He knows
The
about the
one
curse.
fucking character in the movie that knows about the curse. And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go next to her and be a
I'm
witness."
gonna make sure nothing funny happens
Yeah.
here.
I'm a
He's like, "I got
policeman.
my
I know what
eye
I'm
on you."
doing.
And also, I don't know if this would win or not. I like so you have to look at it. It's transmitted through trauma. What if, at the end, spoiler, she's burning, he turns around.
Or at the beginning, she looks away.
He
So
isn't
I
looking
don't
at
think you
it.
could.
no, yeah, that's Chandler's right. I think Chandler's right because if you remember the
It, like,
scene
freezes you.
where yeah, because the scene
Okay.
where she rips her face off, Rose freezes and just goes and can't do
Yeah,
anything. So I
it's
think
like
it's
they're in
some
a trance.
yeah, it's some sort
Well,
of
my
magic.
idea was that are you talking about at the beginning?
Both.
Yeah,
I say both the beginning and the end. I don't think either of them could have looked away from the murder. Cuz like
Are
it
you
there's like
talking
some
Rose in the beginning of the movie with her patient?
yeah, I
yes.
don't the second the smile connects with your eyes, you can't look away from that interaction. So
Yeah, I
And
think they did something with
my
her eyes
thought
too, because the
yeah.
the
camera
first
zoomed in on
Dude,
it.
okay,
my
We gotta
Sorry,
start
we,
saying.
we gotta let Skies talk. We gotta let
Yes,
Sky talk
yes,
though.
okay, yes.
So my first thought is Rose didn't know the curse existed. She just saw somebody kill herself. That's traumatic.
It's not about
Second
knowing the
one is,
curse; it's the curse itself latching on
but is
to.
that ever really said, or is
No,
it
but
just your
well,
theory?
I don't mind it not being said because you see it enough that you can kind of create some sort of thing. Because in the clip, you see it 3 times, and that's the magic rule. You see it at the beginning, you see it in the clip at the gas station, and you see it at the end. All 3 people just stared at the person that was dying. And in my
My
head,
other argument is only one person knew about the curse,
yes, I think that
and it was
sucks.
the end when he shouldn't have been there.
Well, I don't think you need
So
to
it
know
didn't
about it.
happen to be
It's some
like
sort of magic. Like the second Rose turned away from the phone and her eyes made contact with the girl and she was smiling, she no longer could move her head. Like that's the sort of demon
Yeah.
power that it was. Like you can like I don't know what it was, but whenever you watch those scenes, like especially at the end, whenever I was watching it for the first time, I was like, okay, I need to see his face and see how hard he's focused on this because I was thinking about the beginning, I was thinking about the gas station, I was thinking about whenever the demon entered her. Their heads were just locked and I was like, okay, this is totally some sort of magic in this aspect of it.
maybe. I
It's
mean,
up to
that
for
could be an
interpretation though, so
explanation.
it could be your
Yeah,
interpretation, yeah.
like, I think it is a plot hole
That's fair.
that because,
That's
like,
fair.
again, my main argument is the first 2 did not know about the curse. They just saw somebody kill
Right.
themselves in front. The other one knew what was gonna happen and, like, was stuck.
Right.
So, like, in theory, if he knew she was gonna kill herself and the thing had to see like, you had to look at it and get trauma from it, why wouldn't you, 1, leave, 2, not look,
Yeah.
or 3, not show up at all?
Right.
Like, that was my
There's so
biggest
many
one, but
stupid
I
things.
think
you
yeah, it doesn't make sense, but I think because they couldn't look away, it has to have been like a trance. Like, 'cause I
yeah,
feel
I
like
mean,
naturally you'd be like, "Ooh, what
yeah,
the
we
hell was that?"
definitely split on that
me
aspect of it, but I definitely agree with Skylar that out of any character in the movie to show up at the end there, he should not
it's
have been
horrible.
the one. Because that just
It should have been her actual fiancé.
I agree with that actually. Because here's the thing. I,
A-Train.
yeah, A Train. Okay, this might be controversial. I don't know. I wish I was on social media more specifically so that I could tell if the next sentence I'm going to say is controversial or not. But I feel like Trevor was in the right for the majority of the movie. I don't think he said correct things, but if real life, if someone came up to you and was like, "There's motherfucking demons coming at me," and they're working.
You are helping.
What?
You are. You are like you probably like are you leaning to the point where you're
I'm
gonna
calling
go,
that
okay,
therapist.
I'm calling the
yeah.
therapist. I'm
Oh,
not
wrong
saying
one. My bad.
honey, I believe you. Let's fight these demons together. I'm saying I believe you, and then I'm saying, hello, we're gonna get some help for my wife. You know?
Yeah, I think he handled it well too. I actually kind of liked how he handled her like outbursts too. Like whenever she had the knife, he was like, "Rose!" So he was like actually clapping at her to like wake her up. Like I thought it was kind
In
of
that
genuine.
scene,
things I
I
wrote
have
down.
another gripe. I think the writer and director, the same person, they love the word "fuck," man. I swear, if you counted, this movie says "fuck"
There's a lot.
as many times as Deadpool and Wolverine. It's ridiculous. They said it.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't count. I should count. I should watch it again and count because it's really ridiculous how many times they do it.
Watch it again?
No, I don't want to watch it.
What
again.
about her sister's husband? I swear he said "wow" a lot.
He
He
did,
said
yeah.
"wow" at dinner like 4 times.
But also,
Wow.
something about her sister. It doesn't make any sense that after the birthday incident, why she would go to her sister and try to talk through it. She's going to be the last person on the planet that's going to want to hear about the demon smiling creature. Because it's not like she went there to apologize and try to explain it. She went there to get her on her side about the demon. Like, who?
Unrationalized, yeah.
Like, who?
She maybe
Why'd
in
she
her
leave the
mind, that was,
detective?
like,
If
a
anything,
person
Yeah,
because
why
like
she
this was
leave?
after the fiancé stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe it was like this is the only other person I can turn to right now.
The smartest thing, it was the boyfriend because she was at the ex-boyfriend's house getting information, and then went
She should have
to.
stayed.
She should have stayed because he said I
so.
found 20 other people. If she stayed with him, they would have just went to the other guy in Canada or where was it? I don't know. I don't know. Sorry.
There's a guy in Brazil
Well, they talked about
who,
Brazil, but they went to
yeah,
somewhere else about it. But they would have found it eventually.
prison.
Also, in that scene, they used the zoom and enhance, which never is a thing, and everyone complains about it and is stupid because if you zoom in on a picture, you're just gonna see more pixels. It doesn't make it look clearer. There was a point in which there were a couple plot holes. I wrote down 3. One of them was the going to the sister's house. But after that one, I thought to myself, we're only about halfway through this movie. If I keep writing down all of these things, this podcast is going to be 2 hours long. So I'm just going to go over the 2 ones that I wrote down that I thought were problems in the first. The first one was this was the moment where I kind of sighed because I really enjoyed the beginning. Like all the way up until the title card and the camera shot of the body bleeding out where it spins around and then goes into her eye, and it's supposed to symbolize the demon entering her mind and leaving the other person. I was like, this is really good. I like this. And then it immediately went into one of the worst interrogation scenes I've ever seen in a movie. And my jaw hit the floor in probably the first time because I was in awe at how bad it was from such a strong opening, because the investigators came there and what they said to try and get something to tell the family on how this lady died. The very first thing Rose says is she had acute PTSD from the situation in which her professor killed himself in front of her. And they were like, we just need something to tell the family. That's not good enough. And then she goes, she smiled.
Yeah.
And then they're like, boom,
like, all right.
That's it. She's crazy. That's what we're telling the family. No, you tell her the acute PTSD thing. That's the answer. The first thing that you heard is the answer.
Well, I don't think they would have said she smiled. They probably went with, I think whenever she said she smiled, the guy was like, yep, I told you, she's fucking crazy.
But the answer,
I think that's where it ended.
First off, no FBI, that is where it ended, but no FBI agent is going to say that in the middle of
Yeah, I thought that was so funny. I was like, what? Okay.
That is in front of them that just watched someone kill themselves. And then also, the only information you needed from the doctor is if she's okay, if she needs water or anything, because she just watched someone kill themselves, and the diagnostic on the patient, which was she had acute PTSD, which is what you tell the family, because that's probably what did it. But no.
She smiled.
She smiled, yeah. It was so dumb, man. And then
we've been talking bad for a minute.
Yeah,
I do want to say one.
I
do want to say one good thing. I do think the fiance's acting overall was pretty good. I did enjoy him as a character as a whole. You kind of mentioned that already.
Yeah.
But the one scene where Tanner's talking about where he's like clapping, I thought he was pretty good.
And the scene in the car where they're actually talking about it, and he's like,
Rose,
what do you want me to say?
Yeah, and he's like, I can't fucking believe this. Like that was real. Like it felt real.
Yeah. So I thought he did really good. I also I hate and both like the twist of the birthday present because it kind of was like her going insane, but her reaction to like realizing what she did was pretty good.
I like that. But let's be honest here. We all knew.
The kid was pretty terrible because he should have been much more traumatized immediately.
He's a kid. Come on.
Yeah, he's a kid. I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Let the cat get in the box, bro.
Dude.
If
you look me in the eyes and you try to tell me that the second you saw the box in her hand at the door, you did not think there's some shit in that box.
How's a train fitting in that? That's like a shoebox. A train is not going to fit.
No, that makes... We watched him put the model.
It was just a little electric model.
It was a little model train.
Oh, I thought it was... Okay.
No, but like...
Yeah, it was just a little one.
But like, come on. Everyone knew. You were like... She put some shit in that box.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. Like, in all honesty, I probably should have guessed it was the cat. But like,
how did the cat die and how did it get in the box? Like, you would have smelled it too.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Like they tried to explain it too much. But if you explain it, then people think about it. If you just leave it vague demon magic, then it's just like, yeah, that could happen.
And it was also like, I don't know, like 15 minutes before she was like, "Where's my cat at, man? My cat."
Yeah, I should have guessed that.
where
That was
are
really
you?
bad on me.
Like,
That I
outside.
felt like an
And then all
idiot.
of a sudden she has this box, and you're like, "Oh, I wonder what's in the box."
Yeah.
Yeah. And, also, uh, why didn't the sister care to look beforehand? You're
Well,
like, "Okay, she's been pretty traumatized, a little shaken up visibly. I'm gonna let my son open this present in front of her."
okay. That's actually fair. Like I probably if I was in
just
that
check it just in
situation, I
case.
probably would have
Like, just
checked but I'm a nervous person, okay? I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, not that I think something's wrong, but, like,
you don't even have to tell them.
I don't want
You
anything to
just
happen."
you're like, "Hey, give it here. I'll put it with the rest of." Oh, there's a fucking dead cat. Oh no.
Oh, I'm going that one off to the
Oh
side.
shit,
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, like, there should have been something.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah, I get that. Yeah, I have a couple positives. I really
please.
enjoyed the joke at the beginning where the ex comes back in and tries to talk to Rose, and the lady goes, "You know she has a fiance, right?" And he goes, "Yeah," and she goes, "I'm single." I actually thought that was really funny.
Yeah,
That got
that
a
one
chuckle
was.
out of me that I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting laughter in the movie, and then the cinematography in this movie is amazing. Like it's like up there with some of the best cinematography I've seen in a horror movie. Really
Mhm,
great stuff. And
mhm.
I wish I liked the movie more so I could have seen like I could watch it more because I did enjoy a lot of specifically the camera movement because I think that as a filmmaker that's one part that I kind of need to get better at is moving the camera. And they did a lot of movement in this movie, which I thought was
Can
like
you give an
really well
example,
done.
please?
At the beginning
I
scene,
don't
where they had a shot of the girl that was bleeding out and the camera spins around and then slowly zooms into Rose's eye,
mm,
and then there
mm,
was a shot
okay.
at the end where they did a similar kind of thing, but it was I think it was a transition into her house. I could
I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't remember, but they did a lot of movement in it in the movie, and I quite enjoyed that. And there was another similar scene early in the movie, where Rose was just looking at something, and the shot was of Rose looking at something, and it was a good shot. It was genuinely a good scene where it builds tension because you're just like, oh, what the fuck is she looking at? And then the camera slowly starts to move, and then you see just a hallway, an open hallway. But if you look really close, there's someone's head peeking out from the side of the hallway, smiling. And I was like, "That's actually good. I liked that. That was a really good scene." And
Oh, if
then
I remember that. I don't think I ever saw that
maybe I'm
happen.
imagining that. Maybe I made that up. Maybe
Mm,
that's
there was
something
a
I
couple
thought
Possible.
times.
about. Sorry,
Was
go
it
ahead.
like the girl that died,
I think it was, yeah.
or is it her mom? Because there's a couple
I
times
think it
that
was
both
the girl
figures
that
were just
died.
in the distance.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed that because it was subtle, scary. It's the scary that it's like if you take a picture and then like a couple days like someone takes a picture of you out in public and a couple days later you look at the picture and you see in the background someone staring at you. Like that's scary. Like you could
Yeah.
watch this movie and not see that person there, and then the second time you watch it, that's a scary scene because you're like, holy shit, I didn't even notice it the first time.
Imagine just going to, like, Disney World and just literally
Yeah,
waiting for people to take photos, just getting in the photos and
yeah. Just but like that's scary, right? Like that's cool. They should have
Alright,
done
if you
more of
see a
that.
picture of Chandler staring at you now, we know what's
We
going
know
on.
why, yeah.
like
He's trying
Uh
to scare you.
what else what else good did I have about this movie?
I'm gonna check too, actually.
I wrote down
I
stuff
didn't write much down, to be
at the end.
honest.
I either give it a minus sign or a plus sign, depending on if it's positive or negative. Uh, and I don't.
Can we talk about the monster? That monster was silly.
The design of it,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a little
I just
interesting. It looked
yeah,
fake, didn't it?
it was so just, like, with the actual face, though, like, that
Yeah,
was just so silly,
yeah.
and then whenever he took it off, and it was just all the skulls, like, that was a little creepy.
Not gonna lie,
Um,
I thought it looked really goofy when he stuck his fingers in her mouth. I was like,
yeah,
"What
yeah,
the
he's
fuck is
like, "Let me
this?
get in
What's going on?
there."
I'm just gonna squeeze in." But if you look closely, you could see like her skin starting to tear on her like jaw. I thought that was a really cool detail. I was like,
Oh, I missed
interesting,
that.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fake because it's fake. It's in her head or something.
Mhm.
Um, what the other scene that I didn't like was whenever she went to the professor's wife's house. Initially, I didn't like it because I was like, why the hell, um, like did she talk with her? Like, why did she let him? But at the end of it, you find out that she said that she was a reporter of some kind. But I didn't like the room and the stuff that she said about it, because that was the moment where like she was describing the magic too much, and also it kind of made it seem like he was able to escape it for a distance, like for a while. I don't know. Maybe the end of the movie changed it, because I was like, how does he not want to let it into him? But I guess like, I don't know, if it gets out of the person, it can try and climb into your mouth, but you're just like, no, and try to run away a bit. I don't know.
Maybe that's what she was just trying to say, like trying to make
Maybe.
sense of what her husband was
But
like
then
going on about.
how would he have been able to escape? If we say it's a trance, how would he have known that it's trying to get inside of him if
Beats
if
me.
he was in a trance? Like, unless the thing was literally whispering, I'm gonna crawl inside your mouth, or like something like that. How would he have known that it's
Yeah.
trying to get inside of him? It
Yeah, that sounds
seems
like a
like
flaw.
it seems like she's trying. This was a moment where they're trying to turn the magic into science, but it doesn't make sense, because how would they have understood? How would they have come across these rules? I don't know.
I felt like her story, Rose, was like the farthest we'd gotten to understanding
Yeah.
everything. So how this person a couple
He was
scenario
a
like
week
how
well, I think.
like
But
a week ahead, like how did they know so much
Rose
out
didn't
of
even
nowhere?
know that. She wouldn't have known
Yeah.
that at all until the end of the movie. You know, like, how would anyone have known that the monster was trying to literally climb inside of your mouth?
That is true.
I don't.
Because like theoretically, at that point, you're already done.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
you're in the trance. You're zoned,
Yeah,
bro.
you're done.
it was never stated to Rose, right? She had no idea it was trying to
Well,
until the very end
Well,
when we
it's
but
saw
that's what
it.
the
impossible.
lady was
It's
saying.
impossible to know.
Yeah,
But that's what
yeah.
the lady was saying. She was like, she. I don't remember the exact quote. I should have wrote it down. I apologize for that.
No, I know
But
what you mean.
she
I can
said
remember it.
he kept saying, I gotta not let it in, or something. I
Yeah.
can't let it in, or something like that. But how would he have known that?
Yeah, they definitely pulled that out of their ass for that one.
I think in this scene in particular, I also would have liked the fact that if Rose didn't go, "Oh yeah, this is happening to me," I think I would have liked the fact
Yeah,
that
I
Yeah, so
forgot.
many
I was
times.
more
she
angry
I
at
said
can't
that.
kill
something,
someone.
if she
Yeah.
said something that like she shouldn't have known,
Yeah.
and then like the other person made the click, he's like, "You need to leave."
Right.
Like if she was like,
And it was so
I don't
exaggerated
know,
too,
if
because
she said
it just
something that
wanted to
like,
cut away on her screaming, "You need to leave!"
yeah,
Yeah.
And
like
then she said, "I can't kill someone to that prisoner." So it's like she did it twice.
yeah, well, like that's fine because that was subtle. Like,
Yeah.
that was probably like a slip up. And the other one, she was like, "That's happening to me.
Yeah,
Like,
the
help
first one was
me."
ridiculous. I forgot about that. Thank you, Skylar, for helping me hate that scene
Yeah,
more.
like in that one, it would have been like if she like looked away or like
Jesus.
she like mumbled to herself, like maybe that's it. And she was like, "What do you
What'd you
mean?" And
just
she's
say?
like, and like something else, and then or like something.
Oh,
It
I just
needed,
came up with a perfect title for this journal article I'm writing right now. That's what you could.
yeah, yeah, like or like either like a slight slip up of
People
what she
like
should have
this
known,
movie,
or
man.
she like slight slip up saying that it was her, not like literally announcing it. She's like, "So that's why that happens," or something like that.
The amount of
Or
backlash we're gonna get if we ever get like popular and people watch
this
us,
might be a
because
lot.
there's
Yeah,
gonna
this
be a
one's kind
bit, because I know that there's a lot of movies that you guys that are in the film world, like my world, that are very popular, and you guys don't like them. And there's a lot of like things in your guys' world that I don't like. And then you're gonna get hate from all the film people, and I'm gonna get hate from all of your guys, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. This is one of the situations I think me and Skylar are going to get destroyed on this one, because I think the majority of people really like this movie, like Chandler. And I just processed that, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, this is gonna suck if people ever watch this."
it might.
I liked
It
it.
might come back to minus, but
I liked it so much because I wasn't thinking about the magic and science
Right, but that's what
of
I
it.
do, you know.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have, because I know this is a scary movie. I was thinking this was gonna be like a Barbarian, or like
Oh, that was good.
something different, you know, like something that was not just another scary movie, you know.
Yeah, Barbarian was so good. Oh
I
my gosh,
loved
I need
Barbarian,
another
dude.
rewatch.
I
Did
want
you
to
ever?
yeah, I want to rewatch that one.
Yeah.
I think I was just thinking too much into it because I remembered my first time watching it and I was like, "Oh my gosh." Like this is actually just really good. Like, it's not even just like a good. It's not even just a good horror movie. It's just a good movie.
Yeah.
And then,
You had those
obviously I
expectations
haven't
going
watched it
in.
in a while. And then now I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Like going back, like, okay, I don't know if you
It's
saw it.
because
The
you watched
CGI in this
Tar.
movie is terrible.
It is terrible, dude. It is bad.
Like
Yeah.
the car scene when they're driving to the prison is straight up something out of like Magical School Bus. It's that bad.
What about
like,
the fire
it's actually
creature?
just
The singular still frame shot of the that is terrible. Seeing the green screen in the background, garbage.
it was
I
so
thought about that
bad.
and I was like, holy shit, I want to write this down, but I'm not going to because I don't know if they're gonna
I
see that.
literally saw
I
that
can't
and I was like,
believe you
there's
saw
no
that.
way
That's
I was like,
so
there's no way
impressive.
I did not see
It
this.
looked
I
like
wasn't
Friends.
I
It
wasn't
looked
paying
like
attention.
Friends. You know, it looked like something from. Okay, it doesn't matter. The one that really was like,
I was
wow,
just
that's really funny
myself the
looking.
rest of that scene.
When the thing was burning at the end and flailing around, I was like, holy shit, this looks like some goofy animation some YouTuber made one day.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah, hey, it was the guy's first. I don't know if it was his first movie. I made that up.
Do you guys ever plan on watching the
Wow.
second
Making
one?
up facts
Yeah,
is
we have
crazy.
to watch it for next week. We're doing the second one next
Oh, we
week.
are doing it next week.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm probably
I was
gonna,
afraid that
like-
we weren't going to
No, I'm
because
gonna yarg matey it. You know, hey, I made you guys watch all of Mad Max, so like I can't.
Facts.
I can't,
You deserve to have your medal stripped for that one.
I can't just back down because I don't like the first smile. I want to say one thing. I think that if the movie committed to one of its really good ideas that it has, because the movie has a bunch of really good ideas, it would have been much better. The way that I thought about it, I tried to think of something, because you know whenever you are like describing something media-wise, you don't have to explain it if you say that you like it. But you have to explain it if you say that you don't like it, because you have to say like why or how it would have been better. So me saying that I didn't like this movie because it didn't make sense, I felt like I should come up with some sort of ending to it that I would have preferred. And I think that if they went down the route of not explaining what was happening to her as much and trying to show it as something that could have been in her head the entire time, I think the end of the movie would have been really interesting if she went and escaped and they made the climax something else in the middle. I know that's not a good explanation of it, but the end of the movie was her going to the house and being by herself and no one knowing where she's at, because the movie officially ends with the audience not knowing if it's a real demon or if it was in her head the entire time, and you'll never know. I would have enjoyed that so much more than if they hard explained it at the beginning and then kept being like, oh, is it in her head? I have no idea. Is it? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I agree with you. I think that would have been better if I didn't know the entire time. One thing I would have liked to see is just the people overall in the movie being smarter.
Yeah. You're never going to get
Like,
that
that
in a
was
movie,
it. Like, I feel like a lot of them didn't really think much or have much,
Yeah.
like, common sense in it. Like, I
Especially
think the
cop.
fiance did, and that's about it.
I like the
Like-
cop a lot. I
like
liked
the
him a
cop,
lot.
but like he's a cop.
I like him
He
a lot
could-
in the second movie too.
He's in the second one. Whoa!
Yeah, is that a spoiler?
A little bit, I guess.
I'm sorry.
Interesting.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean
Chandler,
to. I did
look,
not
I'm
think
not
that was
looking
a
at Chandler
spoiler.
Schuyler. It's because he said that. That means that the cop moitas a guy because he survives. Oh my god! They're not.
I'm
gonna
so
do
sorry.
It. They're not going to do
Let me
it.
just-
I just thought of something. They're not going to do that, are they?
Let me just
He's
say,
a cop,
I
dude.
thoroughly
hear
like
that.
the second movie. I thoroughly like it.
Chandler, he's a
Far
cop.
more
he's,
than this.
He's not doing what I think he's doing, does he?
He's a cop. He's a cop.
No way he does. He does what I think. No way they do that.
You are gonna love the first 15
No
minutes.
fucking way they do that.
I can't wait to watch the movie again. Actually, I'm so
Dude,
excited.
There is no fucking way they're doing what Chandler. If they're doing,
I know what you're thinking right now.
No, dude.
And I'm just gonna take a sip of this.
There's no way, cause I'm Chandler. I am choosing.
I truly apologize. I did not mean to slip
No,
up
it's
and say
fine.
that.
I'm excited
but-
for it now. I not
I'm
excited.
gonna
I
be
don't want to
honest.
see what I don't want to see
I didn't hear you.
what I'm thinking.
Okay, that's good.
I
That's a
heard
great
that,
thing
actually.
then.
That's fine, Scott. I don't want to see what I'm thinking, but I want to see the balls that a movie has to do what I'm thinking. And I'm choosing to believe that you're misinterpreting what I'm thinking now, and it's not actually what I'm thinking, because there's no way. There's no way. He's a
No,
cop,
I think
dude.
I know
There's
what
no fucking way.
I know what
There's
you're.
no
I know what
fucking
you're
way.
saying, bro.
There's no-
I know what
there's-
you're saying.
And There's no fucking way. Okay, there's a way he does it. There's no way he gets away with it. There's no way a movie does that and then addresses that. You know, there's no way. I refuse to.
Do we want to watch this movie together?
Actually, kinda, yeah.
Somehow, because I would love to see this with you guys in theaters. I wish I didn't see it. I wish I didn't
want to
see
go
it.
see it in theaters. I'm probably gonna yard this
Okay.
one, but like,
okay, we could do a watch party.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm sorry. This is a waste of an episode for me. I mean, waste of like 3 minutes for me just saying no way, like for 4 minutes in a row. But it's so insane. It's so insane of a concept for them to address. Like, it's not insane of a concept in general because it happens all the time. But there's no way they're doing it in a movie that's popular. Like, I refuse to believe that. All right, okay. Do you guys want to go into our final numbers? I'll just save my awe for the next movie, I guess.
Yeah, I want to hear Chandler's first.
Yeah, I want to hear Chandler's. I think we're gonna taint his if we say ours.
Keep in mind, this is in reflect of kind of me watching the first time because I will say I actually didn't enjoy it. I did not enjoy it this time. I would have taken like 5 breaks if I didn't have to watch the movie today because I waited till today to watch it. So I had to watch it all in one take, but I would have stopped it like 6 times. It was hella boring.
We should have made you talk more, dude. I just realized me and Skylar just went the entire episode, and you said no.
I know. I kind of agreed. I kind of agree with you guys, but like the first time I watched it, I really enjoyed it. Sky and I, we really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good things to say about it, and we felt immersed, and that's because we were probably in the theater. I hope that means I didn't like Smile 2 more than I'm going to. What Sky?
I would also beg to offer we were almost in the same seat.
Yeah,
we kind of were. We might have been.
When you're cuddling, it makes it better. It makes the movie
pretty much.
Better
It was Chandler, me, and Lily, basically sharing our seat.
Yeah, and whenever Chandler and Skylar are cuddling and Lily's far over to the side, it makes the movie way better.
Yeah, Lily was third wheeling, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
She basically was in the movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it this time. I think this movie is just really like a one and done. If you enjoyed that first time, then don't watch it again because you will not enjoy it again. You'll find flaws.
I think the end of the movie kind of ruins the rest of the movie. You know?
You know exactly. That's why I was like, how do they make a second movie out of this? I really thought the second movie was going to be dog shit. Excuse my language. I really didn't know how they were going to make a second movie out of it, and they exceeded my expectations. I'll just say that. But I gave this a 7.5. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I guess my number that I bounced around at the beginning of the movie wasn't too far away from that. It was a 6. That's not where it ended up, but Skylar, do you want to go first? Do you want me to rock it?
So funny enough, it looks like we're having a little, dare I say, double trouble, because I was also bouncing around a 6 before we started talking about this movie.
Oh.
And it's just gone down.
Well,
mine was a 6
I went
at the
into this
beginning
with
of
a
the movie.
7.5.
At the end of the movie, it
went
down.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
I went in thinking it was gonna be like a 7, 8.
Yeah.
I ended the movie with a 6. We started talking about it, and it
made it worse. I went into the movie thinking it was going to be an 8, which was my mistake because I should not do that with horror movies. And
I shouldn't do that either.
And then the beginning of the movie, I was like, oh, that was strong. And then the investigator scene happened, and I was like, all right, this is a 6. And then the end of the movie rolled, and I was like, okay, this is a fucking 4. I'm never watching this again.
I'm gonna be a little bit nicer than you.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it like a 5.5 because I could see myself putting this on in the background around Halloween.
No, you're right. I'm kicking it up. It's not a below average movie. The cinematography is amazing.
It's definitely not below average.
It's not below average. It's an average movie. It's a 5. It's just another horror movie.
And in its category, I still think it's closer to upper average.
I think that if we're ranking just horror movies, it's probably like an 8, you know? But like in the range of movies I've seen, it's not up there.
Gotta be average.
Yeah, I said 7.5, but like my rule of thumb is that means I'd watch it in 3.5 weeks. No, 2.5 weeks. But I will never watch this movie again. Most likely.
Ever again, you think?
But didn't you
unless I'm watching it with someone for the first time. Like if they're watching it for the first time, I'll watch it with them because I still think it's good for a first time watch. I thought it was really fun.
I honestly don't think you would.
First time watch, very deceiving.
It would have been fun to watch it with me because
I didn't know what was real or not. The reality,
really, show me anything I wasn't expecting except for the stabbing scene. But then that was a dream, so it didn't even matter if I was expecting it or not. The entire movie, I just was kind of thinking to myself, like, what's the form they're going to show at the end of this movie whenever it inevitably becomes some sort of demon like every other horror movie? That's the only thing I thought the entire time. I was like, and it didn't even have a smile. Like, it just was some generic beast. And that was
it didn't smile.
Yeah, that was kind of disappointing.
Didn't like that.
Whatever.
I'm excited for Smile 2.
Okay, me too.
I am too.
I hope. I know it's better. Everyone says it's better. Everyone said this was great though. So I guess
that is my problem.
Yeah, I gotta stop going with what everyone says. Okay. Time to move on to the next segment of the pod. Oh wait, did we do the average? Someone do math.
What'd you say?
I gave it a 4. No, 5. I gave it a 5. Sorry, it's average.
What'd you give it?
So 5 plus 5.5.
What'd you give it? Cheating. 7.5. Cheating. It's like 6 or something.
We gave it a 6.
Nice.
Slightly above average. I don't hate that.
It's fine. I mean, that's that's
what it was.
The number I had at the beginning, so that makes sense. Yeah, that adds up. All right, let's go into the news segment, friends.
Go crazy.
News.
This one was a while ago. I don't remember. Okay, so this was Quentin Tarantino's quote on the movie Joker. I just gotta remember what order I have to read this. I'll just read the entire thing. Todd Phillips is the Joker. The Joker directed the movie. The entire concept, even him spending the studio's money, he spent it like the Joker would. He spent it like the Joker would spend it. He said, fuck you to the movie audience. He said, fuck you to Hollywood. He said, fuck you to anyone who owns stock at DC and Warner Brothers. And then he continued to say, I really, really, really liked it. I liked it a lot, really, like tremendously. Like I'm nihilistic enough to enjoy this kind of movie that doesn't quite work as a movie. And he said that about Joker too.
That is...
I butchered that quote, but like you guys get the idea of it. Like,
yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Definitely got the idea.
Yeah, that's so stupid, dude. The next piece of news is a crazy rumor. This one place was showcasing it like it was a fact. I'm just gonna put it out here because I've been pretty lacking with the news lately, so someone could look into this and tell me if it's right or wrong. But Zolo, I'm not gonna try it because I'm gonna offend someone. The guy from Blue Beetle has possibly been cast as Nova in the MCU, so that's a possible thing. Excuse me,
that's intriguing, but like how?
What?
Isn't their planet gone?
No, like Nova the superhero.
Right, but isn't the planet gone?
Yeah, but you don't need the planet to have Nova. The character
it's gonna be like, oh, I survived.
Nah, it doesn't have anything to do with that. Nova's different. You'll see whenever they do it. Have you ever read a Nova comic?
No.
They'll be able to do it. You'll be okay.
It's something like the guy that's kind of like in the animated Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was one of the. Yeah.
Okay, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. So someone asked James Gunn if they test screen Joker, and his response was, I use test screenings to make films better. I think they're helpful as long as you aren't slaves to them. They're good for seeing in general what works and what doesn't work, where potential confusion may be. That being said, that said, this isn't me saying Joker 2 didn't have any test screenings. I have no idea whether or not it did, which is interesting, because he's the leader of DC. So Warner Brothers must have just been like, this is its own thing. Don't touch it, because Todd Phillips got it for some reason. So
another mishap on Warner's.
It was for Big L for Warner Brothers. Netflix is now working on a Demon Slayer live-action TV show, which is interesting.
It is.
The Black Phone 2 has begun filming, and it's set to be in theaters October 2025. And I'm making a declare right now. Someone has to remind me. We're going to cover Black Phone again. Me and Jack did it a while ago, but we did it.
Put Kyle on it this time.
Yeah, we could do that.
Because remember we watched it for... Well, I wasn't there. I still remember not being there, and I regret that.
No,
but
it's okay.
I'll be there this time.
We can pull Kyle on, but we need to do that movie better justice. Like, that podcast episode sucks, so we got to go back. You weren't on it. It was just me and Jack at that point. But
I don't remember the movie.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's good. We could watch it and then watch the second one next October whenever it all comes out. But yeah, I would like to redo that. This is movie news from Chandler actually. He sent me this.
Oh
So
yeah.
the MCU will release 9 projects in 2025. The new Spider-Man TV show in January, the new Captain America movie in February, the new Daredevil season in March, Thunderbolts in May, Ironheart in June, Fantastic Four in July, Eyes of Wakanda in August, Marvel Zombies in October, and Wonder Man in December. So I would go ahead
Eyes
and
of
Eyes of Wakanda is an animated show, I think.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard much about Wonder Man. I wouldn't be shocked if it gets pushed back. Not gonna lie, because I don't even know if they started filming on that yet. Are you guys excited for anything on that? Because we went from one Marvel thing this year. Actually, we got 2. We got Agatha and
I never watched that. I
neither
didn't
did
even
I.
forgot
My
that
mom
came
says
out.
it's really good. We got Agatha
Really?
and we got
Okay.
Deadpool and Wolverine. We're going from 2 things to 9. So this is interesting. I'm excited for Daredevil. I'm excited for Thunderbolts. I'm excited for I'm not excited for Fantastic Four. I just want Fantastic Four to be good. I'm not excited for it. I want those 2 things to be separate. I just need it to be good.
I'm excited for zombies.
That's gonna be interesting. I hope it's good.
That's probably the only thing, maybe.
Zombies?
Like, yeah,
Not
that might be the
Daredevil?
only
Oh,
other
you didn't
thing.
watch the original one. Never mind.
I'm there
I
for
lost interest in it.
Yeah.
I'm there for Daredevil as well, but
Yeah.
Wonder Man has my curiosity.
I don't know anything about it.
Me neither.
All right, yeah. I mean,
Hey,
anything
all you
can be
need.
good. Anything can be good. That's a true statement right there. So Ridley Scott, who is like 1 billion years old, is now working on the next Alien movie, which is pretty neat because he had hands in either the first one or the second one. He had hands in some of it, which is pretty neat. Hogwarts Legacy is getting a sequel. It's officially in development, and by development I mean
let's go,
they're
Sky.
thinking about it now. They haven't started like
Interesting.
They're
Could be
making the
good.
story right now.
That's gonna be like 3 years later.
Yeah, many years
Yeah.
later. Many years later.
But like Harry Potter is such a popular topic, it doesn't matter when it
It'll
drops.
be fine. And there's a new TV show coming out that's a reboot of the series, so they'll be okay. Harry Potter's gonna be around forever.
Right. Well, I just mean like with games, it's gonna take forever.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
So it's a long wait.
I watched a video that was this is gonna be news. That was clickbait. It was Titanfall 3 was confirmed, and it was Respawn tweeting out saying we need to talk about Titanfall 3. Clickbait because it's not Titanfall 3. It's Apex Legends 2, but it's gonna be in the style of Titanfall, in which it's gonna be a campaign and a multiplayer and not a battle royale. I just like a lot. I love Titanfall's movement. I think Titanfall's movement is amazing, but at least 40% of how awesome Titanfall is the mechs. And if they don't have the mechs in Apex Legends 2, I don't care. I know that's probably
They probably won't.
They probably won't because in the lore of Apex Legends, the mechs have been outdated for like 80 years or something like that since the end of Titanfall 2.
Oh, they're connected?
Yeah, they're in the same world.
Didn't know that.
One of the characters in Apex Legends is actually the daughter of one of the Titans that you kill in the campaign of Titanfall 2.
Interesting.
It is actually pretty interesting because then at the end of Titanfall 2, they have like one of the characters literally stands over top of your Titan because he defeats you, and he throws an Apex Legends card down on top of your screen, and then 7 years later the game comes out.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What foreshadowing?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm not a fan of Apex Legends all that much, but like I gotta like they planned it, you know. You can't be upset with them about it. And the story's not terrible in it. It really isn't because I've watched the lore videos because I actually do care about the lore because I like Titanfall 2 so much. But I don't know. I don't care enough about Apex Legends lore to get into a second game of that or get into that first game or whatever. So oh crap, I gotta remember this one. I read this one late at night and I was like, this is really funny. So I'm gonna save it. So there is a Wolf of Wall Street, Catch Me If You Can inspired movie called Marty Supreme that's coming out. Fuck, what sport was he? I think it might have been ping pong. It was some not mainstream sport. It's going to be like that, but it's going to be kind of a biopic about his life, but also really funny and kind of inspired by Wolf of Wall Street. And Timothy Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow, and the acting debut of Tyler the Creator. So I'm actually kind of interested in the movie. I'm not gonna lie. I did a bad job of explaining that, but just look into it. It's called Marty Supreme.
The lady of the infamous candle.
Yeah, the candle lady. I was talking about Tyler, the creator, was interesting to me, but yeah, dude. Gwyneth Paltrow too.
That definitely is interesting.
Yeah.
I think I'm Tyler, the creator, for nothing.
He's a chess. Wait, that's a chess genius, right?
No.
They got that right? No.
No. Tyler, the creator's the artist, the musician.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was thinking of Tyler. I don't know. You know, I'm talking the one that rages. Yes, Tyler 1. Sorry.
Yeah, Tyler 1. He plays League of Legends.
He's a genius at chess too.
That's true. Yeah. I'm out of news. Do you guys want to get into what we watching?
What we watching?
Yeah.
Well, there's a question I want to ask beforehand.
Okay.
Zach.
Yes.
What have you been watching?
I fucking knew it. I knew that was gonna be the damn question. You little goober. I knew that was gonna. I have a little bit of stuff to talk about. So, G has got me onto a show called Wayne. It's a YouTube originals TV show back whenever that came out in like 2016, and it's actually good. Like, it's an actually genuinely good TV show, and I wasn't expecting it. And it's free. You could go watch it. It's 10 episodes. We're about halfway through it right now, which is awesome. Skylar's cracking a cold one right now, and I didn't hear it. That sucks. That didn't come through Discord. That's so sad.
Yeah, it like muted. Like your thing was green, and then it flicked off, and then went back to green.
That's sad.
So sad. It was such a good one.
It knew. Like it heard like that loud noise. It was like that wasn't bad.
I am not caught up on Dragon Ball Daima. I am either 1 or 2 episodes behind. I'm getting there. I think I've watched 3 episodes. How many behind am I? 2. That's not that bad.
1 dropped today.
I like it. I think it's good. I think it's a better version of GT. That's just kind of what I expected from it, though. That's kind of what I expected from it, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. So episode 5 dropped today.
That's sick.
So
actually.
you're 2 behind.
So me and Chandler have been playing an unreasonable amount of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies, and only the zombies. I still am yet to open the campaign or the multiplayer. I think if you guys are a fan of Mediak, you have been seeing that because I've uploaded I've uploaded 3 shorts of Black Ops 6 Zombies and 4 videos of Black Ops 6 Zombies, with 3 more still coming, and one of them going to probably be an hour and a half long, because holy shit, I have so much footage of me and Chandler doing this stupid Easter egg. You don't understand how badly I wanted to get Liberty Falls to come out on Monday and Terminus to come out on Tuesday. But when I sat down to edit the Terminus video, I had 6.5 hours of footage, and I was like, "There's no chance I'm getting this done."
Yeah, I was gonna say, after our first run, I was like, "Well, there goes all that footage," and you're like, "Oh no, we're gonna keep that." I was like, "Okay."
And I regret it, but I don't, because it's actually good, dude. Chandler, we are so funny in that video. We really are. Yeah, I haven't got to the part where Skylar and Caden also come in. I think that one was also funny. I think we all had a good time that night. So I'm excited to get to that and edit that together. But I'm almost done with the 4.5 hours of just me and you trying to do the Easter egg.
Damn. I didn't know we played that long, bro. Gosh,
I know.
Damn.
And that was the night you were like, "Dude, I can't play long. I have to get off early."
Well, so much for that.
Yeah, and then I have 2 hours in 1 minute of the other night, but I think that some of it is overlapping footage, because I didn't do it I didn't record it the way that I did normally, because I didn't think that I was gonna like record the entire thing, but I ended up having fun the entire time. So I was like, I'm gonna save the last hour and hope that got to the beginning of the game, and then whenever we ended it, I saved the last hour from there. And I was like, I don't know if that was an hour since I last saved it. I'm hoping. But I know at the very least, the first 45 minutes of the video is going to be fucking cracker, dude. It's going to be so funny. You're going to love it.
I'm looking forward to
rewatching,
I guess.
Did you watch the Liberty Balls one?
No, because I have a hard time listening to myself. But if you're saying that this is good, I'm gonna watch it.
Well,
I'm gonna watch it.
I think the Liberty Balls one has one of the strongest openings of any video I've
really
out on the channel.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spoil it, because if you're an hour into the podcast, you're probably gonna start the first second of Liberty Balls just to hear it. Just because if you like our voice enough to listen to an hour, you're gonna watch that video. The video starts off with me saying, "Holy shit, dude! I have a friend named Ball Grabber." And that's the first 2 seconds of the video. And I know that's stupid, but that's fucking funny.
What a
to me.
punchline.
I know, right? It's a good joke. I have a friend named Ball Grabber. It's stupid. I'm sorry. I also watched. Me and G went to the movies, and we saw We Live in Time, and I guess we're just stacking a list of movies that I've seen and been disappointed in recently because everyone said they're amazing. It's good. It's okay. It's a good movie, but if you watch the trailer, you've kind of seen the movie. You get a lot out of it as a film person. Like there's a lot in the editing of the movie and the writing of the movie that's really fantastic, and that kind of is what kept me awake in the movie. But a lot of it is just kind of normal romance stuff with really interesting editing where the theme of the movie is that we're watching this relationship, but we're seeing it out of order. Like we're seeing like the beginning of the movie is furthest in the future, and then the very next scene is somewhere in the middle, and then the scene very following that is the scene of them meeting, and then the scene following that is somewhere in the middle, and the scene after that is somewhere in the beginning, and the scene after that is at the very furthest
I'm
in the
lost.
future. Yeah, it sounds like it would be confusing, but the way that the story is presented is natural and flowing and beautiful. It's just there's not a whole lot there. It's like 2 hours of just like, all right.
I ran out of popcorn.
Yeah, well, I mean, you liked it a lot, and again, it's a good movie. But if you were expecting to not be like to get something unexpected in it, it's not your movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the trailer, you know exactly what the 2 hours is. That's kind of it.
Fair.
Played a lot of Dokkan. Checkmate,
Yeah.
Skylar, you're up. What have you been watching?
So me and Lily are still watching My Hero, in which at the time we were only 2 episodes behind, but I think they still release weekly.
Oh, you're fucking caught up now.
Yeah, we are.
Nice, dude. I'm
Well,
not even
pretty
caught
no,
up.
we are 2 episodes behind. They have not released an episode in a minute. They're all dubbed, so that's good because I was worried about Lily having to watch the sub and not liking the voices.
No, don't let her do
that. Yeah, I know, I try. And then I'm caught up on I'm 1 episode behind Daima because I didn't get to watch one today.
How fucking dare you? I'm kidding.
Caught up and going with Blue Lock.
My condolences. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. That's pretty much what it is.
Do you want to talk about the Nagi? Or I can wait because I can talk about that. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't watch the Nagi movie.
Right.
I was gonna see it in theaters with Caden, and then we just couldn't because something happened.
Good thing.
And I am so glad that we did not, based on what Chandler was saying.
Do you know what the internet thinks of the movie? Because I know the internet hates the second season.
They despise the second season, and I am part of the group that is kind of like hoping and praying all of the budget is going into the U20 when I know it's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say they announced I think on the last podcast I said that the animation team said that
I'm not accepting it until I see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The animation team literally was like, we're gonna stop this right here and now. We didn't have time or the budget to make this season. We're not allocating it for the cool stuff at the end. It's just gonna be ads throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Until I see
play,
it,
bro. It's a play. Yeah.
Until I see it.
Yep.
I need 2 episodes until I finish. Oh my gosh, what is it called? Hell's Paradise.
There we go.
I still need 2. Chandler, I know, I'm sorry, but I've been watching One Piece.
Oh yeah, you have.
In which I think
200 episodes ahead of me.
No, I've been watching One Piece too. I forgot about that.
From the last episode, I started on 9:15 because that's the point in which Act 1 and I'm trying to be as generic as possible, not to spoil for Chandler.
No, you're good.
Wow, boy, have we come full circle. I'm trying not to spoil for Chandler.
Honestly, I think the rule of thumb is you probably shouldn't be spoiling for audience members too. So,
Yeah, I know.
not that we fucking
Yeah.
care, because I've said like the craziest shit about One Piece in this. This goes on to the thing I was saying earlier, dude. When we get famous, we're fucked. Like they're gonna be so mad at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have like.
Well, do people usually go back and watch your stuff, or is it more like they just keep up to date?
They keep up.
I feel like that's
they keep
so
up to
they
date,
might.
But
Might just be
occasionally, I get a viewer from one of the back ones. But I'm saying like if someone does, I have like hundreds of dude. I could have said crazy shit. I don't. It was 5 years ago. I don't remember. Like that's great.
But the point in which Act 1 ends in the manga and Act 2 begins is episode 917. But I wasn't sure if it left off in the smoothest way.
Right.
So I went back to 915 to give myself some time. And you could definitely start on 917 or 916 if you are there.
Yeah.
They and I am now at 927
per episode, which is ass.
Is that what it is?
Roughly, yeah.
Wow.
Damn. So nothing's changed.
I'm on 927.
Well, that's why they're on a break
right now. So in like, I don't know, 4 days, I'm at 12 episodes. So I'm on like decent pace. But I don't know. I know. So everybody knows. Well, nobody knows actually. My main reason for watching One Piece is Gear 5. And it's finally at the point where I'm closer to there than I am to the beginning. Much closer. And I can like see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I still see like that gigantic hallway there. So like it's like a little bit demoralizing, but I'm also like it like literally any episode at this point could be the start of it.
I have two things to say. I did that with Gear 4. Like I felt like that with Dressrosa because I knew that it was in Dressrosa, and I was like, all right, fucking just get me there, just fucking get me there. Because there were so many times in which they would like fight Dofi, and they get the upper hand, and I was like, okay, Dofi's gonna get the upper hand, and then it's gonna be Gear 4, and then like Lau got his arm cut off or something. I was like, okay, come on, just the next thing. This is the next thing. Or something like that. And I
were you watching or reading then?
I was watching because I decided to switch over, and it was a bad idea, dude.
I feel for you, bro.
It was a bad idea. I switched immediately back the second I saw Gear 4, bro. I saw it, and I was like, I've seen all I need to see. I'm leaving this shit. Dressrosa was bad in the anime. The other thing I was going to say was I kept trying to think of a joke the entire time you were saying stuff about Gear 5. And I kept thinking of good ones, but not good ones to say on the podcast. So I just kept shelving them. I was like, nope.
But yeah, I'm oh so very excited to see Gear 5.
You should be.
Yeah, I fear it will run my merch collection for
your merch collection.
That's gonna be your new lock screen, bro.
It might
be.
Kachan. I don't know because the other one it makes me sad. So like I kind of want to leave it. But
it's good for you.
And then I'm currently trying to find a new like manga for me to pick up because I have Shonen Jump, and I've like
I started rereading 7 Deadly Sins. I forgot about that. You should do
7 Deadly Frames.
Nah, dude, the manga's good. No, it's not. But the manga's great.
No, it's not.
And I love it. I actually I subjectively love it.
But
his opinion is true.
I've realized that at the gym, I don't know what to do with myself now because I'm so used to reading between sets.
That is so funny.
This is where you pick a Boruto. This is where you pick a Boruto.
No.
Do it.
No.
So Sky, that's whenever you make like the awkward eye contact with people.
The Sasuke Velociraptor arc. The Sasuke
Velociraptor. I don't know what to do. Like I look at my phone. And I'm like, well, I don't read.
What the fuck is wrong?
Like I don't read One Piece right now. I can't.
Hear people while they're doing their workouts.
Yeah, like I just like look around and then I suddenly make eye contact. I'm like, oh, it looks like I'm starting.
Like, yeah, that always sucks. I hate that feeling.
Yeah, so I need to
strongly believe you should go into Boruto.
No.
I got excited and stuttered, but the Sasuke Velociraptor arc is the best arc anime has ever seen. Marineford doesn't even hold a candle to it.
The anime does not hold a candle to it.
Shut the fuck up, Chandler. The manga of Marineford doesn't hold a candle to the manga or the anime version of the Sasuke versus Velociraptor arc.
I think I'm going to go in a different direction.
You're just turning me down for a job application? What the fuck? Decided to go in a different direction.
Yeah, so currently TBD on what I'm doing with that. I've been playing a lot of FIFA, a good bit of Sparking, and some Fortnite here and there. Still a lot of Dokkan.
Of course.
Yeah, I really need manga suggestions other than anything Zach has said so far. So like,
have you heard of this crazy thing? It's crazy. Like I've heard it's really good. It's called Boku no Pico. It's like
no, I don't want to reread that.
It's that superhero thing, you know?
I don't want to reread it.
No, but it's like a spin-off of it. It's not like
No, like I already read it. Like,
oh, okay. Okay.
Already been there, done that.
Chandler, you should do that.
Yeah, it's
you
about
should watch
like
the anime. Actually, I think the anime is a little better. It's
really?
It's a spin-off of My Hero Academia.
Watch it with your mom.
With your mom, yeah.
Okay.
Watch it with your mom.
She hates anime. I tried watching Demon Slayer with her, and she hated it. She's like, "Turn this shit off."
I showed my mom Full Metal Alchemist, and she loved it. She talks about Full Metal Alchemist all the time. It's one of her favorite shows.
She just hates it. She just doesn't like. She doesn't like. Literally, Zach, you had to open up my eyes to all of this because I was missing out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because my family didn't care about it. So
my mom hated anime. Whenever I watched anime in middle school, I watched One Punch Man. It wasn't the first one. I watched
One Punch Man's awesome.
I watched Dragon Ball back when I was a kid. My mom must have just thought it was a cartoon or something. But she saw me watching One Punch Man, and I guess since it was in Japanese and I was reading the subtitles, she was like, "This is weird." But like, as I went through high school and I watched more and more anime, and I eventually showed her Full Metal Alchemist, she was like, "Okay, this shit's not weird. This shit's hype." And I was like, "Yeah, Mom, it's hype." And now she's
a misconception, you know what I mean?
And she's like a decent way into Punk Hazard now in One Piece. So like, she likes anime.
Mm-hmm.
He's so far behind me.
I know she is, dude. She only has so much time. All right, continue. All right. Also, I'm like skipping the filler for her, so she like I need to watch it with her, or she's gonna watch the long and version of One Piece.
Yeah.
And no one wants to watch like 7 characters react into Whitebeard throw a mountain.
So Chandler.
So Chandler.
What have you been watching?
What have you been watching?
Now that you've been asking, I do have to preface this with I need to make an apology and then making a statement. I know who Tyler the Creator is. You said Tyler, and I just wanted to believe it was Tyler 1. So if Michael heard that, he'd hate me because that's one of his favorite artists. So I apologize. I do know who that is.
I hope Michael listens to this episode.
I wanted to believe it was Tyler 1 in the movie. So, anywho, with that out of the way,
Tyler 1 in the movie would be fucking crazy though.
Yeah, I wanted to believe it. Anyways, what have I been watching? I watched Blue Lock. Let's get that out of the way. Dog shit, utter dog shit. If you ever seen
1 or 2,
what's that?
Season 1 or 2.
Ooh,
which one are you calling dog shit?
No, the movie. Nagi.
Got it.
Oh,
yeah, that's horrible because it's literally just a retelling of the first season from someone else's perspective. They've reused multiple scenes. I actually remember some quotes they mentioned, which is like, wow, that's eerily familiar, word for word. So, yeah, kind of ass. I do kind of like Nagi and how he thinks about situations because he's a unique character. So, it was okay at some moments, but yeah, 10 out of 10 would not recommend watching that.
10 out of 10. Also, you lagged that.
I kind of picked back up Dan to Dan. I know we had this. Oh, did I?
No, you were lagging.
Cut out.
But I was checking it. Your audio came through the entire time. The only thing that was lagging was the video. Yeah, you were chilling. Dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're okay, then could you guys hear me?
I heard you. Yeah, it bounced a little bit, but
you heard me the whole time.
I heard every word. Sometimes like some words got slightly cut off. But
okay,
we heard the entire thing for the most part.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Let me see. What
Skylar's doing fine. He's kind of just. He looks really tired. If I'm gonna be honest.
All right. Okay, then I'll be quick. I'll try and get what I have to say out of the way. I haven't been watching much, but I know I talked about Dan to Dan earlier and how weird it was, and I picked it up because I looked it up and the weird stuff is behind me for the most part.
Oh, now
because it's such a good anime. Its animation is beautiful. Can you still hear me?
Now I can. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. The animation is beautiful. I just love like the story because it's not like your typical action break. You know, it's not. It's. Let's say it's slice of life. It's not really like that, but it's just different, and I just love the art style. It's so fun to watch.
I have a question, Skylar. Plug your ears. Do you plan on watching Den to Dan? Okay. Chandler, isn't it? I saw a meme. Is it about? Did he lose his balls? And the show's about him trying to get his balls.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually kind of makes.
So that's why it's kind of weird.
I kind of want to watch the show because
but I mean, these are high school kids though. The weird part is like what they do to the girl. It's like they kind of, I don't know. It's a little weird. It's things that I don't really care for, but
okay, that's fair. I probably won't care.
I would recommend it if you can get. Yeah. So aside from those moments, it's very fun. I love its art style. It's so well done. What else? Been playing some Fort. Got the new season. That's been fun. Been playing Black Ops with you. I picked up Retro Bowl again. I miss playing that game. So
what's Retro Bowl?
Retro Bowl. Phone football.
It's like a it's like a pixelated 2D football game.
Right.
It's kind of fun.
Our Dokkan.
It's just so fun throwing like a Hail Mary every play.
Yeah. It's great.
So I think that's about it. A couple of things I wanted to say. They're not movie news. It's media news.
Media news.
Lego Horizon.
Okay.
Lego Horizon comes out on the 14th.
Ooh, you excited?
And I am excited. I got a countdown.
I got a countdown
app recently.
If you want, you can write your.
You can't tell, but
you can write a bullet point list of. We'll talk about this after the podcast. We can make a video for you if you want.
Okay, I'd like to do that because I plan on platinuming it. Not day one, but I'll buy day one.
About the game, I can guide you through making a video and I'll edit for you.
Okay, I'll do it. 100%, I'll do it.
Okay, that's awesome.
Aside from that, I'm kind of caught up to date on Tower of God, and yeah, that's it.
Is that over yet?
No, it's still releasing. I think it's gonna be it's the first season was 12 episodes. This is now like 24, and they're I think halfway through it at least. So
they're gonna be 50 episodes.
No, this one's 24.
Oh,
so total of
36. Right now.
12 for the first. Yes. For this new season, yes, there's 12 out so far.
Okay.
And it's like halfway.
I thought you meant there's 12 out right now, and then it's halfway through it, and I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah. No.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
I guess we'll see you guys. This is a very I'm tired, bro. Skylar's tired. It's late as hell. It's 10 o'clock. This is almost the latest we've ever recorded the podcast. I know it's the latest I've recorded with you fellers here. I think I might have recorded one where we started at 11 o'clock with Jack one time, which I don't remember which one it is, but I know for a fact I was like falling asleep during that one because that was back when we didn't have the camera.
Yeah, you could.
So I could afford to do something like that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see you guys next week at Smile too. I really hope I fucking like it more than I like this one. Skylar's ready to turn on that PlayStation. Something like that. All right. Everyone have their quarrels out for the week?
Yep.
I gotta say it's by law. All right. We'll see you later. Bye.